Welcome to the deep dive. So, thinking about your next trip, feeling maybe a bit swamped by all the options out there?
Yeah, happened to everyone, I think.
We get it. So today we're zeroing in on Germany. It's one of those places that always seems to pop up on must-visit lists, right?
Definitely.
We've basically gone through the info on FlightNHotels.com and pulled out the key stuff. Think of this as your fast track to understanding why Germany might be a great pick.
Mm-hmm. We're trying to cut through the noise.
Exactly. No information overload here, just the golden nuggets.
And Germany really is fascinating. It's not just one thing. It's this amazing mix. You've got that old world charm, but also super modern stuff happening.
Right. The source, FlightNHotels.com, really paints that picture. Castles one day, maybe a cutting-edge art gallery the next.
Exactly. Plus, incredible nature, loads of culture. It seems like there's genuinely something for pretty much everyone.
Okay, so let's dig into why Germany is such a popular spot. FlightNHotels.com points out a few key things. Obviously, there's tons to see and do, but also things like world-class infrastructure.
Yeah, which makes getting around easy. And safety, too. That's a big one for peace of mind when you're traveling.
Absolutely. That's kind of the foundation. And
Yeah.
then you add on layers like, wow, the number of UNESCO World Heritage Sites is incredible.
It really is. And they're not just like roped off museum pieces.
No.
Often they're right in the middle of towns, like Quedlinburg, apparently.
Yeah.
You're literally walking through history, but it's still a living place. It gives you this amazing connection to the past.
That's cool. And of course, you can't talk Germany without mentioning the food and beer culture.
Oh, definitely not. Oktoberfest is the famous one, sure, but that's just, the big one. There's so much more to the food and the regional beers.
Yeah, the food. It's proper comfort food, isn't it? Bratwurst, sauerkraut, pretzels.
Can't forget the pretzels.
Never. And those historic towns, the medieval castles, they really do look like something out of a storybook. It sparks your imagination.
Mm-hmm. But it's not all history. The source also talks about a really vibrant contemporary art scene.
Right.
Music, technology, it's all happening.
So it's a real blend. And then there's the countryside. Lush green spaces, hiking trails.
A great escape from the city buzz.
Yeah. And for winter travel, Christmas markets. They sound magical.
Oh, they are. Really atmospheric. So yeah, it seems to appeal to all sorts, Solo travelers, families, couples, even business travelers sticking around for a bit.
Okay, let's maybe zoom in on some specific cities that FlightNHotels.com highlights. Each one seems to have its own personality. Berlin, for starters.
Berlin. Yeah, the source mentions its sort of dual nature. You've got all that heavy history, but also this undeniable cool
vibe, yeah. Like you can feel the past at the Berlin Wall Memorial, which must be quite powerful.
Yeah, and then you can see the celebration of freedom at the East Side Gallery. It's that contrast.
Brandenburg Gate, too, obviously. And Museum Island, that's UNESCO listed, right?
It is. World-class stuff there.
Yeah.
Plus, Berlin's known for its nightlife, the street art. Areas like Mitte and Kreuzberg are apparently good spots to stay if you want to be near the action.
Sounds intense in a good way. Always changing. Then there's Munich, down in Bavaria. Feels different, I imagine.
Totally different vibe. Much more traditional Bavarian character, but still very modern in other ways.
Yeah.
You've got grand spots like Marienplatz, Nymphenburg Palace.
Very grand.
And the English Garden, which is huge. A massive park right in the city.
Nice. And Munich is the gateway to Neuschwanstein Castle, right? The fairy tale one.
That's the one. Easy day trip. And of course, Munich means beer gardens, Bavarian food.
Oh, yeah.
It's all part of the experience.
You can almost taste the pretzels and beer just thinking about it.
Yeah. And renting a car from there seems like a good idea if you want to explore the Bavarian Alps nearby.
Good tip. Okay, moving north, Hamburg. The source calls it a maritime metropolis.
That fits. Germany's second city, big port. It feels different again. You've got the super modern Elbphilharmonie concert hall.
Seen pictures of that. Looks amazing.
Contrasting with the old Speicherstadt canals and warehouses. Another UNESCO site, actually. Lots of boat trips you can do on the harbor.
Oh, and it has a famous nightlife district, too, St. Pauli.
Oh, yeah, legendary. Very different vibe for the port itself. Booking a hotel near the port is suggested to really soak that atmosphere in.
Makes sense. Okay, next up, Cologne or Köln.
Yeah.
Dominated by the cathedral, I assume.
Absolutely dominates the skyline. The Cologne Cathedral, it's huge. And another UNESCO landmark. Took centuries to build, apparently.
Wow, but there's more to Cologne.
Yeah, definitely. The Ludwig Museum for Modern Art is mentioned, and also its fun-loving carnival culture.
Ah, carnival. I've heard that's a big deal there.
Huge. Apparently you need to book way in advance if you want to go during carnival season. Flights, hotels, everything.
Good to know. And Rhine River cruises start from there too.
Yep, popular option. See the city from the water.
Okay, last city on this list, Frankfurt. Often thought of as just the financial hub, right?
That's its reputation, yeah. But FlightNHotels.com makes a point of showing its other side. There's a quaint old town area, the Rummerburg.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and a whole bunch of museums along the riverbank called the Museum Embankment. Plus, international shopping.
And it's a major airport hub, of course, Frankfurt International, so maybe a good place to fly into or out of.
Exactly. Very convenient entry point. FlightNHotels.com often flags up flight deals there.
Right, so we've covered some key cities, each offering something different. But Germany's not just cities. The source highlights some amazing nature spots, too. Let's talk about the Black Forest Schwarzwald.
Ooh, yes. Sounds so mystical, doesn't it? Dense and mystical, the source says, down in the southwest.
Perfect for hiking, cycling.
Seems ideal.
Yeah.
And dotted with these charming little villages like Triberg and Baden-Baden.
And you have to try the cake, right? Black Forest cake in the Black Forest.
It'd be rude not to. And accommodation sounds varied. Traditional lodges or modern spa places.
Nice options. Then there's the Romantic Road, Romantische Straße. That sounds lovely.
It does. It's not one road exactly, more a scenic route, linking up all these incredibly picturesque towns. Rothenburg, up to Tauber, Würzburg, places like that.
Medieval gems, basically.
Pretty much. Renting a car is the way to go here, apparently. Just explore at your own speed, stop wherever looks interesting.
Kind of like my kind of road trip. Okay, and for mountains, the Bavarian Alps.
Yep, down south again. Big draw for skiing and snowboarding in winter, obviously. But stunning views and hiking trails year-round.
Places like Garmisch-Partenkirchen, Berchtesgaden.
Exactly. And you can actually go up to Germany's highest mountain, the Zugspitze. There's a cable car.
Wow, the views must be incredible.
I bet. The tip about looking for ski resort deals and transport packages on FlightNHotels.com seems useful for that region.
Definitely. So mountains, forests, scenic routes, and castles. We mentioned Neuschwanstein, but there are others.
Oh, loads. Germany's packed with them. Heidelberg Castle is mentioned overlooking the old university town. Sounds very atmospheric.
And Eltz Castle?
Yeah, that one's apparently hidden away in a valley. It looks really dramatic and well-preserved. And Quedlinburg again, the UNESCO town full of medieval buildings.
So many historic spots. And FlightNHotels.com makes it easy to find places to stay near them.
Seems so. Helps you base yourself right near the history.
Perfect. Okay, we've touched on food and beer, but let's circle back. Bratwurst, schnitzel, sauerkraut, pretzels, the classics.
The essentials. But also the beer halls, the wine regions like the Mosel Valley, different kinds of experiences.
And Oktoberfest we mentioned, but also smaller beer festivals.
Yeah, lots of local ones, especially in Bavaria.
Yeah.
And then the Christmas markets, again, Nuremberg, Dresden, Cologne are highlighted as top spots.
Sounds incredibly festive, but again, book early for those, right?
Absolutely. They get very popular, so accommodation needs planning.
Okay, so bringing it all together, planning the trip itself, FlightNHotels.com is positioned as the tool for this.
Yeah, that's the idea. It lets you, compare flights, check out hotels using filters like reviews or location, book rental cars.
All in one place, basically.
Mm-hmm. And they mention accessing discounted rates and covering travel worldwide, so it's useful wherever you're coming from, planning leisure or business.
Seems convenient. And finally, some quick practical tips from the source. Currency is the euro.
Yep, euro.
Language is German, but English is widely spoken, especially in cities.
That's what it says. Makes things easier for a lot of travelers.
Transport trains are good. Deutsche Bahn?
Highly recommended. Apparently very efficient. But cars are better for the countryside, like we said, for the romantic road.
Makes sense. Best time to visit.
Generally May to October for good weather, spring through autumn. But December, obviously, for the Christmas markets.
Right. And last point, visas.
Crucial one.
Yeah.
Check Schengen visa rules if you're coming from outside the EU.
Right.
Always best to check that well ahead of time.
Absolutely essential. Don't want any surprises at the border.
Exactly. These practical tips are really useful. Just knowing the basics makes planning smoother.
Okay, so wrapping up this deep dive. Based on what FlightNHotels.com tells us, Germany really does seem to offer this incredible tapestry of experiences.
It really does.
History in Berlin, tradition in Munich, maritime vibes in Hamburg, the cathedral in Cologne, finance and culture in Frankfurt.
Plus all that amazing nature, the Black Forest, the Alps, the romantic road.
The castles, the food, the festivals, it's a lot.
It is a lot, in the best way possible. And planning it, like the source suggests, doesn't have to be a headache with resources like FlightNHotels.com available.
Definitely seems designed to simplify things.
Yeah.
So if Germany's been on your maybe list, hopefully this gives you a bit more inspiration, a clearer picture. Maybe think about this. What part of Germany that we've talked about, the history, the nature, the cities, the culture, what part resonates most with you?
Mm-hmm. That could be your starting point.
Exactly. That little spark could be the beginning of your own German adventure.